Judge Simpson faces 3 defendants, each hoping for a second chance. But the courtroom takes unexpected turns. As probation violations, missing evidence, and bond issues unfold.
I can pay $150 today if needed.
Pardon?
I can pay $150 today.
I'm not really worried necessarily about the money. I'm trying to figure out why you didn't do anything.
Yeah, I've just been all over the place. But I am trying to get them off my record.
Pardon?
So I've been all over the place, but I am trying to clear my record. So that's what.
Have you seen your client's bond violation?
I have been able to discuss it with him. I'll be honest, he was a little bit.
There's no compliance at all.
He does have the tether and he's on compliance with that, Your Honor. As for the drug testing, he was a little bit confused with the paperwork. He has been meticulous inside the case. He did bring the paperwork that he was provided with at the jail, which specifically mentions the tether, but does not.
Whoa. Let's stop there. Because he talked to the people at Community Corrections. Miss Constantino, what are you sneaking in and out? What's going on?
It was on your docket, but I don't know if I trying to figure out
Is she on our docket?
she's not, but
She is not on our docket. So get out. Go on. Go on. Pardon? Absolutely. Court calls case People versus Keenan Grimes.
Public Defender Natalie Pigman, on behalf of Mr. Grimes, who stands to my right, please state your name for the record, sir.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Grimes is before the court for a violation of probation hearing. Mr. Grimes was sentenced in this case in September of 2015. He was originally given a height of sentence that was revoked back in 2016. Since that time, Your Honor, Mr. Grimes is still in violation of any of the court's orders. In that he has a balance of $1,503. He did have a payment that was made to the court in April of 2023. However, that was due to a garnishment that the court had set out. There is a balance of that of restitution that is $265.05. Mr. Grimes failed to report to probation, failed to complete the class, failed to complete 25 hours of community service, failed to provide proof of his GED, failed to provide proof of employment. He also has new pending cases, 1 out of 42. That's a domestic violence alleged date of offense of November 7, 2019. He has a pretrial in that matter on the 27th in 2 days. He also has a pending case out of 14B, an aggravated assault, an alleged date of offense of May 31st, 2024. He has a pretrial in that case in July 25th of 2024. Given the non-compliance by Mr. Grimes, probation is recommending 93 days in jail with credit for 13 days served, that he served the balance, waive remaining terms, accept his financial obligations, and discharge him from probation.
Thank you, Your Honor. I did have the opportunity to discuss both the alleged violations of probation as well as the recommendation with Mr. Grimes. He does acknowledge the violations of probation. Our request at this time is for the to respectfully request the court to considering discharging him from probation without improvement. Of course, still imposing the financial obligations. We are respectfully requesting the court to consider not remanding him today, as he did serve 13 days already so far for his violations. He does have full-time work at Noodles and Company. He has been employed there full-time for 4 months. His 2 cases that are pending are misdemeanor matters and are still pending at this time. We are respectfully requesting the court to discharge him from probation without improvement and to not impose any additional jail time at this time.
Young man, anything you want to say?
I can pay $150 today if needed.
Pardon?
I can pay $150 today.
I'm not really worried necessarily about the money. I'm trying to figure out why you didn't do anything.
Yeah, I've just been all over the place. But I am trying to get them off my record.
Pardon?
So I've been all over the place, but I am trying to clear my record. So that's what I'm here.
You got 2. Ms. Valera, that date of offense on the domestic was in 2019, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And what, was he just on bench warrant stat? What?
I believe so. I can verify that for you.
And then you have while she's looking at that, you have a brand new, while you're on this case and on a bench warrant on the other case, you got a new ag assault that you picked up on May 31st.
That's an alleged case though.
What?
That's an alleged case though. I was arrested for warrants. Just do that case.
I realize it's alleged. They're all alleged until you come to court to take care of it.
Yes,
But
sir.
I mean,
Yes, he was on bench one stage.
jeez. All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
We're going to waive all remaining terms and set the financial obligations, discharge him from probation without improvement. Defendant is sentenced to 93 days in jail. I'll give him credit for 13. Defendants served a balance. Defendants remanded.
Damn, he going to jail. Damn, he going to jail. That's
Mr. Washington. This case is 10 o'clock. He's been utilizing the bus a lot this morning.
The case, People versus DeMarcus Washington.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Washington. Ms. Washington, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
my name is DeMarcus Washington, DeMarcus DeQuan Washington.
Your Honor, there are two files in front of you. One, he owes about $500 on, or $525, I think, 507. He paid a $500 bond. On the other one, I think that one he might owe $325 and he paid a $300 bond. He just got out of prison in the last couple months. He's just getting back to working. I'd ask that you just apply
Did
the,
he pay the bond? 'Cause I had the bonds being set, but I don't have that he paid them.
I'm not sure, JAS just reflected that he paid bonds on both cases.
You see bonds on either, I see the bond set, but I don't see payment. I see the bond set on each case, but I don't see that he's paid it.
Well, if I misread JAS, I apologize. I'd ask then to adjourn the show cause so he's been in prison for 5 years, so he's kind of just getting back on his feet and back to work.
Are you working currently, sir?
Yes, I work at Deluxe Tents and Events in Belleville. And Judge Simpson, I just wanted to ask you, as you know what I'm saying, somebody who just did 5 years in prison, and you know these cases are misdemeanors, and I did just get sent to prison from Washington County. I was wanted to know if you could run anything concurrent with the time I've just done, because I just came home May 29th.
Sir, I don't have any proof that you did any time in prison. I don't have any of that in front of me.
Okay. Well, I'm saying that.
So I'm going to adjourn this to July 10th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Council, get together something for me to take a look at regarding that.
That's fair.
As well, thank you. As well as in case if I decide that he needs to at least pay one of these, how he would do that.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So July 10th.
July 10th.
Okay.
And next time, make sure that you understand how to work Zoom so you're not interrupting my court.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I don't have a phone number to call, so I don't. Yeah.
Oh, back there.
Yeah, are you good if I not?
Yeah, that's fine.
The letter is enough.
I'll need you to look into it.
Here's what coming out.
John says.
Then y'all, they said I interrupted the court and everything, y'all.
Seriously, kick him out. Just kick. Yeah, they recording everything, y'all. Court calls the case, People versus Adrian Harrison.
And then verdict code that we have from Mr. Harrison. Statement in the record.
Adrian Harrison.
And we did file a motion for discovery in this case. We're just asking for videos. We have made 3 requests. He would like to enjoy his right to a speedy trial. We would just be asking for a date certain, hopefully April 5th, that the videos be turned over. That date is from, on April 5th, it would be 43 days from the initial request, 36 days from the second request.
Which videos are you looking for, counsel?
In particular, there was initial contact with the police and the complaining witness inside the case, and we'd be asking
So
for
are you
those.
looking for the body cam?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I just did want to put on the record, he was arraigned on 2/17, and on 2/22, we did receive the demand for discovery. And we complied with what we had at that time on February 22nd. And then there was a request for supplemental discovery made on February 29th. And we had replied to that on March 1st. And at that point, we said we would reach out to law enforcement, but they had everything that we had at that point. And we didn't make that second supplemental request until March 15th, or they made a second request for this supplemental discovery on March 15th. And then on March 18th, we sent that request to the responding officer, Officer Dustin, and we did not receive a response at that time. And we sent a follow-up email on March 26th. And today, on March 29th, we received an email. They indicated that there was a different case number associated with this on the initial contact, and they had trouble locating it. And they were working on getting those 5 videos put into this case as of that email. And on today, we had a media notice created by our office at 9:25 a.m. And the videos, I believe, the media notice was added to discovery at 12:11 p.m. today, and the videos will be released in the immediate future to the public defender's office.
So we didn't really need a motion.
Okay, Your Honor. So
Well, yeah, just blow that off. We didn't really need a motion. I mean, they were working on it.
correct, but
I mean, and it wasn't though anybody was withholding it. It got mislabeled at the police stage. The prosecutor doesn't have it. And so it wasn't like anybody was trying to withhold anything.
correct, Your
So
Honor.
I'll dismiss your motion.
We'd be asking to set this up for final settlement.
Before I do that, have you seen your client's bond violation?
I have been able to discuss it with him. I'll be honest, he was a little
There's
bit,
no compliance at all.
he does have the tether and he's on compliance with that, Your Honor. As for the drug testing, he is a little bit confused with the paperwork. He has ridiculous inside the case. He did bring the paperwork that he was provided with at the jail, which specifically mentions the tether, but does not.
Whoa. Let's stop there. Because he talked to the people at Community Corrections,
And
then hasn't shown up for his test.
he talked to them on Thursday and then also went in on Thursday to retest. I did talk to the agent today and I included.
March 27 was told to report and failed to do so.
And then he subsequently went in to go test that
When?
report March. It was on the Thursday, the March.
I'm not sure which day of March, but it was on March 3rd.
Did he test?
Yes, and it came back negative. I did email the agent today and I included Anna inside the email. The agent did respond that it came back negative.
So why did he miss all these other ones?
The paperwork he was given at the jail did not have directions for the drug testing. It had directions with the GPS tether and overall expectations. He was calling Brandon Casey's personal phone number rather than the hotline for where you call in. So he called him about 15 times, never got a response, and at that time was confused on the whole process. Whenever Casey did tell him to come in, he did so. the Thursday and did test negative.
People be ready to go forth on the 5th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Jury final settlement conference. April 5th, 2024, 9 a.m. Jury selection, April 8th, 2024, 8:30, both proceedings in person.